Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them teddy so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. One day, very soon, gonna wake up on the moon. Brand new yacht and a McDonald's in my living room. Bright yellow Lamborghini, 50-meter swimming pool. Champagne every day, ain't fam, what you do? Wanna hang, wanna chill? Oh, you got a mansion too? Oh, that's right, held on tight, jack titties every night. We was in way back when they tried to chop it down to 10. And just couldn't comprehend, ace was strong until the end. Now let's retell it, citadel that you sweating. Had enough of these felons, but the ace we rebelling. Cause we never be selling, till we send it to heaven. Now we be out here yelling, hey, screw you, Kenny! Bought my wife a minivan to share with the boyfriend. But I pull up in the Benz, plate saying olive crayons. Going on an airplane, don't think we'll be back again. Celebrating every day like it's your birthday. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them teddies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them teddies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Today's expectation, probably more manipulation. FUD, a creation of a crooked operation. Bought more while it was low, got more dips than Trader Joe's. Oh, you thought that we'd let go? What the hell you take us for? Holla if you spend your last dollar on bananas while living in squalor. We don't claim to be scholars, we the smooth brain dummies, and we never stood taller. Yeah, we do this for love and we do this for honor. Apollo 11 ain't got nothing on us. We the planet of the apes and in MOS we trust. MOASS, oh hell yes. Gonna send it into space, go fire up the jets. Done my DD, call me Elton John, Rocket Man. This is the way, gonna be gorillionaires. Ground control to Major Tom, we about to have liftoff. Call us Neil Armstrong, gonna keep holding on. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them teddies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them teddies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon.
Boy, oh boy, is that true. We are going to the moon. Not sure how we're going to get there. Probably varies different ways to get there, but as long as you have your ticket, your tendy ticket, your golden tendy ticket to your rocket ship, we're going on the moon. I like that. I like that very much. Once again, if you don't know who that band is, that music, it is by the Gorillionaires. They have To the Moon and Show Us the Money. You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, all of that. But once again, the name of the group is the Gorillionaires, just so everyone knows. If you want to pump that when, I don't know, if you're watching the markets, pumping iron, going for a run, fighting about why you just told your girlfriend to calm down, whatever it is, it's always a good time to play music by the Gorillionaires. Am I in the band or anything like that? No, because I'm not musically inclined or talented literally whatsoever. But I'm jealous of it. I wish I were, but I'm not. Nonetheless, I am not. A couple things to talk about right here. A couple interesting things to talk about right now. AMC's looking good. I mean, how many times have I called out the gap fill to 38.80? Now, we haven't hit it yet. We hit 38.72, and no. I got to be better than that. We got to come closer than 7 cents. I'm still calling for the gap fill. 8 cents were we off, right? 70, what was it? 72. Okay, off by 8 cents. We still have 8 cents to go. And I'm liking what we're seeing. Right here, we saw a trend line breakdown, fake out breakdown, recaptured 38, pushed all the way up, but we still have work to be done. Just so everyone knows, I'm going to talk a lot about Avis. I'm going to talk about Kohrs. I'm going to talk about SHIB. We do have some important things to go over in this particular power hour, but I want to give you a setup for what happened. So I bought puts on Kohrs, and then I started diving more into the situation of what's going on in Kohrs, and I cut them. I was like, oops, not good. Cut it, got a small loss, took it out, and instead just the time that I was confused on what I should or shouldn't be doing with Kohrs. Basically, I wrote it down from 400 to, I don't know, somewhere in here, 340. I don't know. I wrote it down like $60. I researched what was going on, and as I'm about to show to all of you, I did not feel comfortable having a put position against Kohrs, and honestly, I don't feel that comfortable having a long position either, so it's a no position for me. That's okay, folks. Remember, when you see an equity moving, it is very much okay to have a non-position. So right now, completely flat on Kohrs, and I want to explain why in just a minute, but I did take that money, and I got into Tesla right around here, around 1 p.m. I was watching this bull flag, researching the news about what's going on with Hertz and Tesla and all that stuff. And we do have some additional developments, mainly right here, Gene Munster and Gordon Johnson, two, rich white old guys with names like that. Gene and Gordon, they're old, they're rich, they're white. Maybe they know what they're talking about. I actually agree on something, a Tesla stock split. So we'll see how that plans out. Yesterday, make sure to check out that video. I explained why a stock split will most likely be good for Tesla. So I saw that news. I saw the technical development. I waited for it. And I feel like this was one of my most reasonable Tesla trades in quite a while. I was like, oh, hang on. This is kind of panning out. And you know what happened? Right here, I saw this explosion. I was like, this is my opportunity. We're finding some support. I go long on Tesla, and bam, reality kicks me right in the teeth. And then right away, I feel better again. And you know what reality does? It kicks me in the teeth again. I was knocked out unconscious on the ground. I finally wake back up, and the market's like, nah, we want Tesla up, but we first need to embarrass this YouTuber in his basement. So we knock it down again. Now, fortunately, I've woke up enough times that this one should be panning out. I'm excited for it. So once again, long on it. And these guys, if you look at pictures, they're just I don't know. You'll see them, but apparently they're at each other's throats most of the time. One a Tesla bull, the other not, but I guess they are just talking about a split. So we'll see how that one plays out. This news, you could get it on right here on Benzing. I just want to make sure it was by them originally. Photo courtesy of Tesla. I think it did come from them originally. What else is DWAC news? Okay. Any news there? On AMC, they have had 1.4 million borrowed against it today for a net of 1.3 million. That puts the estimated short interest on AMC around 17.14%. GME net return of 135 on a very low borrow of about 17, short interest of 11.4%. So when doing this, it's kind of interesting. The lack of aggression for people renting out new shares against GME, to me, it's indicative of how strong these moves are. People are afraid to short GME right now because the market kind of at large recognizes how powerful a move of this really was above $200. GME currently trading at 207.65, up 3.78% on the day. GME currently trading at 38.24, up 3% on the day. And don't forget, a major catalyst right now, we're staring down the barrel of AMC, is on Monday, November 8th, after the market closes, 5 p.m. East Coast time. There is an earnings announcement. I'm very, very excited for this particular earnings announcement. Of course, I will be streaming it. It is a week after today. So market calendars, we're going to be doing an extra stream. So 3 streams that day instead of the normal 2. But Monday, November 8th, 6 days from today, we do have that earnings coming in, and I'm expecting some movement because of it. Obviously, I'm being cautiously optimistic. I think it's going to go well, and it's not just because I am a outspoken AMC supporter. It's more so because I'm reading the writing on the wall. IMAX is really liking what's going on. Regal's really liking what's going on. Cinemark's really liking what's going on. I don't see why AMC wouldn't also follow suit. And in a similar manner, not necessarily because of their earnings, but GameStop, lots of excitement of what's going on in the world of crypto. Now, speaking of the world of crypto, I do want to say something specifically about SHIB, but on top of that, don't forget, Ethereum. I'm in Ethereum. I've been in Ethereum. I've been saying, hey, folks, I love Ethereum for quite a while. Now, if you do or don't love it, that's up to you. I love Ethereum. I've been in it. I'm happy to be in it. I continually add to my position, and that's been beneficial because it just hit a new all-time high, trading at 4,500. Bitcoin, we almost got that breakout of 64K, and we're still right there. We have this bull flag breakout and ran all the way up. I'm looking for that follow through. I think if we hold above 64 for any decent amount of volume, I think there's a very good shot we test the all-time high of 67. And just so you know, and I alluded to this early in the stream today, that there are quite a few of highly respected Bitcoin accounts out there who are all looking for, by the end of this year, they're looking for Bitcoin to get somewhere between 90 and 100K, which would be insane because from this point, that's a 66% gain. A 66% gain in 2 months, 8 weeks, that is incredibly good. Now, I know you may be like, what do you mean? I just saw Avis ripping and I saw this stock ripping and blah, blah, blah. 66 doesn't sound that good. If you capture that for your own portfolio, you've outperformed pretty much every single hedge fund this year. Like most of the time, you're looking to beat the S&P benchmark, which I don't know. Do I have the year to date right here? Over the past year, we're up 23%. I don't have the year to date, but if you're beating the S&P 500, that's very, 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 very good. What did I just lose right here? SHIB. Okay, get SHIB back up there. So just so you guys know, I'm back in Tesla and I am continuing my journey to purchase the entire Mississippi. So that statement becomes completely true and I don't commit libel against myself, but just trying to hold on my crown, my title of the best Tesla trader on this side of the Mississippi. A lot of you might be like, why doesn't he say Tesla? Why does he keep saying he's the best Tesla trader? I appreciate you noticing that difference, but I'd rather just not address it. I'm the best Tesla trader on this side of the Mississippi. Let's make that explicitly clear. All right, now let's go into what in the world is happening. All right. The story of the day today, Tuesday, November 2nd, comes to us from Avis, a car rental company. And I've used them before. I know a lot of you have. It's just car rental all over. They have a fancy website, nothing too crazy. We know the company. A lot of us do. The only qualm I have about this website is legitimately, instead of having a Mustang, I think they should have a Corolla because I think Corollas are the best cars. Anyway, good chance you've heard of the insanity. It's up over 100% right now. And what I find a bit interesting about it is Avis budget stock is soaring thanks to the rental car boom. And yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, this is right because the company had its earnings announcement and it handily beated on everything that the numbers right here. It's impressive. The company reported $10.74 per share earnings for the third quarter, and the estimation was $4. I mean, that's over a 250% beat. And on top of it, it was a $1 billion in buybacks. Now, this is very interesting. When you hear about companies buying back shares, that's usually very bullish because obviously the company trying to increase its own equity stake. Well, why would they do that? It's mainly because they think the current stock is undervaluing what the company is. And how do they come up with that? Well, they're the insiders. They know their own numbers. They know their guidance. They know where they're going. They know a lot more information about their own company than we possibly do. So whenever you hear a company doing its own buyback, it's typically for pretty bullish reasons, because why would the company who knows everything about itself, why would it ever buy stock if it thinks it's overvalued? If anything, it does it because it thinks it's undervalued. And I'm going to get back to this about what's going on here about the shorts running, but let's just lay out some facts for you. So here's Avis. It trades under the ticker CAR. Currently has a market cap, a total evaluation of $11.4 billion. The outstanding shares is 66.54%, and the free float percentage is around 70.5%, which brings us to roughly 47 million, as in 47 million shares that you and I can trade. It's good to know the float because it comes into the world of what's going on here. The estimated short interest to start today off was 28.81%, but today they borrowed another 830,000 against it for a net of 670,000, putting the estimated short interest estimated around 32%. Very, very interesting. Shares on loan right now, we're talking about 15 mil. Remember, we're talking about a free float of 47 mil. That's where you're getting this percentage. That's a hefty percentage. That's a hefty cut of the free float of people who are betting against it. And it is clearly it's part of the overall recipe of why we saw insanity in CAR, aka Avis today. And just so you know, it is kind of notably low, the utilization, 17.63%. Remember what utilization is. It's the amount of shares on loan divided by the total loanable shares, as in there's a decent amount percentage-wise of shares out on loan, but the pool of people willing to lend their shares out is far, far greater. Utilization X divided by Y, shares on loan divided by total loanable shares, just so we're all on the same page there, just so you have a little facts and figures. It's low float. It just destroyed its earnings. And on top of it, with their being shorts, I think the momentum of the earnings beat, remember they beat their earnings per share by 250+%. That gave it some momentum. I think what it did was it scared enough shorts out of there, and we saw the stock move absolutely incredibly sky high. Here's the daily chart. Yesterday it closed at 168.56. Right now it's up 104%, trading at 350. At one point it was as high as $545. So we're not even talking about really yesterday's close, but from today's open to its peak, at one point it was up 212%. Absolute insanity. And a lot of people have made a lot of money off of it. Check this out. New York hedge fund stands to make $5 billion with a B, 5 stacks on Avis budget share surge. So right here, SRS Investment Management, what you need to know about it is they have a 27.7% stake in CAR. It's about 18.4 million shares and then 11.3 million cash settled equity swaps related to CAR. So with this explosion in price, SRS Investment Management has been raking it in. Talking about being low supply, high demand in money rakes, this company, everyone from the CEO all the way down to, I guess, the new interns, they are all scurrying around, going to Home Depot, Lowe's, Amazon, any hardware store they possibly can to buy all the money rakes, because this company, there's no way they were prepared for this. There is no way on God's green earth they had the proper rake amount they needed to bring all this money into the fund, and they absolutely destroyed it. So congratulations to them, and best of luck to the intern who they're forcing to drive way out of the city to just load up some white van of a bunch of money rakes. Very, very impressive stuff. So I do think it's a little bit weird that right here, they're just like rental car boom. Well, yeah, there was a rental car boom. And there was also some interesting discussion right here about what was going on. Vague comments on the conference call by executives about increasing purchases of electric cars for its fleet appear to add juice to the rally. As Chief Executive Officer Joseph Ferraro said the company would play a big role in the growth of electric cars in the US. So I'm bringing this up because we just saw the insanity of Tesla as it relates to Hertz. So this is another one, another car rental talking about electric cars. And we see Tesla exploding. We see Hertz going nuts. And now we have another one. This is just the hot topic of the day, the hot topic of the week, potentially of the month. But I just wanted to point out the similarities that we're seeing in different companies and clearly strong moving equities within the market. Another thing to point out, and of course they go on and they explain what a short squeeze is and all of that. But yeah, coming into this, it clearly had a hefty short percentage and it's actually increasing. Now, where does this go? in all reality, I don't think anyone knows that. I was betting on it as being a little bit of a reversion play. Like I said, I got in at 400, captured it around 330. I saw this strength and I was like, this has that look. It has that look in its eye that it could absolutely continue to rip faces off because the shorts haven't covered. They got more numerous. So right here from a technical perspective, I'm looking for that breakout of 375. On top of that, we have the gap fill of 450. And on top of that, we have the all-time high of 545. Now, to be very, very clear, I have no Avis position. With it, I just don't necessarily like the risk reward, but looking at the metrics, this thing has the juice to keep going. Is it a 5-star play? You'd really have to twist my arm to say that, but it's an interesting play. The only thing I please beg of you is don't just get the stars in your eye of like, oh, it could here go all the way up here and you're already doing the math. You're like, all right, if I gain $180 per share, I'll have this much money. Ask yourself, what point are you going to risk? I'm not against this play. I'm not endorsing this play. I'm just saying the same as what you should consider with any play out there. Please consider your risk to reward setup. How south would things have to go for you to cut your position? And if that becomes a reality, are you okay with that risk? You should never, ever be betting more money than you're willing to lose. But as I say that, I feel like it could be falling on deaf ears because I'm filming this live and it's about to move. It's literally about to take off again. This is absolutely incredible. So that's what's going on with CAR. That's what's going on with Avis. Hedge funds are making a lot of money. Shorts are getting burned. They beat earnings. It turned into momentum. Then it turned into a full-on squeeze. And I bet as early as maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, they're going to build out the option chain. Right now, the highest options is $250, $260. So the options is way behind. And as they build that out, look for more money to flow into it. And you might have a gamma squeeze, which could cause more FOMO, which could cause an additional short squeeze. This thing could spiral out of control. Now, in any way, do I consider this to be the same symbolic fight as AMC and GME? I don't know how to make this more explicitly clear. Absolutely not. I view this as a money-making opportunity if you know how to play it and if you properly weigh out your own risk and reward. But to me, this is not a symbolic fight for market fairness. This is just shorts, once again, getting caught betting against a company that they shouldn't have been betting against. So whatever you decide to do with Avis, I truly do wish you the best of luck. Whatever way you play it, I hope you absolutely knock it out of the park. All right, let me get rid of all the Avis stuff. We don't need that one. Avis, crazy. Like literally as I'm filming it, like do you know how tough it is for me to give you guys like risk reward advice as you see it actively moving up $20 within the 30 seconds I'm speaking? You're like, all right, Mr. Risk Man, like we'll totally listen to you as it's just pumping. It makes it so much more difficult. All right, before we talk about SHIB, let me get some of these questions. What just happened with PHUN? What did happen with PHUN? I don't know. DWAC is at 66. PHUN. PHUN is going up, but that's because DWAC is going up. Remember, PHUN is just kind of tagged with DWAC. So PHUN is by no means the the driver in the driver's seat. DWAC's in the driver's seat. PHUN is in the back seat. So pay attention to DWAC for sure, because it's all the assumption that PHUN will be doing the software development for Digital World Acquisition Corp, also known as like the Trump media thing. All right. A couple of people asking about Prague. We see a nice bounce on Prague. We go from 285 all the way up to 330. I am long in Prague. In fact, everything on the screen right now, I am long on. I am long on AMC. I am long on GME. I am long on Prague, and I am long on Tesla. I have a position in all of these. So if some of my commentary seems a little bit biased, well, yeah, I'm long on all these because I like all of them. I think they all represent money-making opportunities for me. All right. Let's talk about time to talk about SHIB. This might be a little bit of a hot take, but as of now, exclusively as of now, Tuesday, November 2nd, I am more bullish on Shiba Inu, SHIB, than I am on Doge. My reasoning for that is very simple. If you check out what the projects are related to, SHIB has a far more built out ecosystem. It's a stronger project. At first, Doge was the meme coin, kind of making fun of all of crypto. It took off because the internet loves to be in on the troll joke. SHIB was kind of a meta thing. It was a troll of a troll. It was a Dogecoin killer. Let's troll the trolls, like super, super meta, almost as if Rick and Morty wrote it. But from there, SHIB took the opportunity to actually build out an ecosystem. Like I say, this is just today, Tuesday, November 2nd. I don't know. Doge maybe one day will build out its own ecosystem. That's very, very possible. But just at this moment in time, we have to deal with what reality we are currently facing. And I'm not the only one who believes that, because check this out. It officially passed it. It's holding spot number 9. This is CoinMarketCap, the most valuable crypto projects. You can see the market cap right here. Bitcoin currently $1.2 trillion. Ethereum, $500 billion. We have Binance Coin, blah, blah, blah. You keep going. Now, number 9 coming in at 37 billion. We have SHIB passing Doge. This isn't the first time it's passed it. It just passed it once again. But I just wanted to point this out, that I know it's trading at a very, very cheap price, but don't forget that there's about 400 trillion in existence. So when you multiply the price by the supply, that's how you get market cap. That's how market cap is always computed. It's the price multiplied by the supply, the total supply, and that's how you get the value. And right now, SHIB, very, very valuable. Let's take a look at the chart right here. October has been the most insane month for it. So not long ago, we were trading at, how many ever zeros this is? 5 zeros and an 8, and now we're trading at 4 zeros and a 6, 7, and at one point we were trading at 4 zeros and an 8. So almost like that. That's an insane gain. That's an insane, absolutely insane gain. So before we get into some more of the, like, I guess the fundamental developments that could push SHIB to the next level, I do want to quickly point out to you one of these things, just a quick technical breakdown. We have a bit of a bullish pennant going on. A bit of a bullish pennant. So a bullish pennant is, it's a really, really basic technical analysis breakdown. You trade all the way upward, and then you make lower highs, higher lows, you form a triangle. It's called a bullish pennant because of the triangle, bullish because it's trading upward, and generally it breaks to the upside. Now, please understand, I said generally. Does any technical structure ever have to guarantee like a certain reaction? No, not at all. I'm just telling you the odds of the situation. The odds favor a breakout rather than a breakdown. Just because something is favored, you could be dealt pocket aces. That doesn't mean you're going to win. We're just talking, the market is a game of odds of what's the most likely to play out. Right here, I think it's most likely to play out that we break to the upside. Now, when we do that, fingers crossed that we do that, I'm looking for the test of 75 and really this region of supply between 75 and 78. If the token is able to get above that, I will then be watching the current all-time high of basically 89. From there, hopefully we start lopping off some zeros. I'm in this. I'm still in Doge. I have I have a diverse crypto portfolio. But what I'm seeing right now at this moment in time, it does, to me at least, my own opinion, I'm not a financial advisor. It does seem to make more sense to be more bullish at this moment in time on SHIB, especially compared to Doge. And talking about these breakouts and these levels of where we can go and start lopping off zeros, we do have some interesting fundamental developments. Crypto exchange Kraken promises to list Shiba Inu on Tuesday, today, and asked the SHIB army to vote on it. Kraken said it would list Shiba Inu on its platform on Tuesday if the idea got 2,000 Twitter likes. I'll show you the tweet. The SHIB army of fans quickly hit the target, but the coin has not yet appeared on the crypto exchange. The Dogecoin-inspired token's price has shot up recently, thanks in part to Elon Musk's tweets. Now, please understand that Elon does not own SHIB. He said that publicly. He owns Doge, not SHIB. I think he owns Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Doge. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Doge, not SHIB. But hey, when he talks about anything, it generally has quite the reaction. Now, this is the tweet right here, tweeted at 7:30 this morning. Said if we get 2,000 likes, Brian said if we get 2,000 likes, it will get listed. And it got 65.3 thousand. Now, there has been no follow-up on when this will go live. A lot of people are assuming 6 p.m. Eastern. I guess there's a maintenance update, so maybe in that they could get it. But please understand that's an assumption. As of now, even on their own Twitter feed, their own website, as I'm filming this, there's not a specific time that SHIB will go on it. But they're saying, hey, today, if it got over 2,000, which it did, they're going to go live with it. It blew 2,000 out of the water. I think it will go live. Why is this a big deal? Why am I calling it a fundamental driver for SHIB? Well, it's pretty simple. People who only have a Kraken account that want it can now have access to it. We've seen this before. When things such as Coinbase list a new coin or token, when Robinhood, Webull, whenever there's more acceptance by exchanges, brokerages, even if they relate to the world of stocks, if it gives people an opportunity to buy it, if they're only on that platform, that application, well, if they have that interest, now it just represents more total buying. So Kraken, a highly respected exchange, it's nothing but good news. Yes, maybe you could argue it's neutral, but I would argue it's definitely not bad. I would argue it's better than neutral just because it gives it exposure to more people. So I think on the moment that it's announced that, yes, we are going to put it there, if that becomes a reality, I would be looking for that to be a catalyst in the short term. And then these are the technical levels I'd be watching for. And fingers crossed, in the event that we break above 89, 90 right here and start lopping off these years, you just got to ride out the momentum. Allow price discovery to play itself out and just see how far the momentum really brings it. Is any of this guaranteed? Absolutely not. Nothing in the market, whether it's stocks, options, futures, or crypto, is ever guaranteed, which is why you have to respect your own risk. But I myself am pretty bullish on what could be going down in the short term for this particular token. Very, very excited. And I guess with that being said, maybe I'm being a little bit too cautiously, maybe not even cautiously, maybe I'm just being flat out too optimistic on this scenario. So I really would love to get your thoughts on it. Let me know. Feel free to post a comment there. But for me, I'm more than excited to see what this thing can bring us in the next few trading days. Let's get out of that. All right, we are good. Kohrs still doing its thing. Prague having a good day. Tesla, AMC, GME, both waking up. Look how similar these are. Look at this. Look at how just like, how obviously both retail and Wall Street thinks of these as the same. As you can see, the vertical line, as I put it on one chart, it matches up on the other. We pop upward, we have a little bit of a dip, we pop upward, we come all the way down, we have another pop, we come down, we pop, we come down a little bit, and then we pop again. These things, the correlation isn't 1-to-1, but it's pretty freaking close to it. The correlation between these two things is absolutely insane. And a lot of people, when they see that it's the same, they argue that's manipulation. I mean, I don't know why that's manipulation. I mean, it's kind of to the point of how you're defining manipulation. When I see them moving in pretty much lockstep together, that tells me that Wall Street and retail view them to be almost the same thing. Does it make sense that a movie theater chain and a video game seller are moving the same? Absolutely not. They're in different indices, they're in different sectors, but you know what's same? The perception of these equities. When Wall Street insiders and on top of that, retail view these things to do the same, well, of course, they're going to behave in the same way. People will start to say manipulation. I mean, I guess to my response to that is like, okay, I mean, I guess what are you defining manipulation as? To me, it's just saying people who have them are like this. They have AMC up, they have GME up. And when you're behaving the same way, of course, the reaction in the stock is going to be the same way. I guess if you consider that manipulation, yeah, well, then I agree with you. But I just see that a lot. And then I'm like, okay, well, what do you actually mean by that? It's just to me that the world, literally the entire outside world, when engaging in these two equities is like, I think they're going to do the same thing. So they do the same bets, same up, same down, same options. Very, very similar. Very, very similar. I have PHUN and DWAC. I was thinking of just consolidating both to DWAC since PN runs with it anyway. Thoughts? I think DWAC's a stronger play than PHUN just because PHUN is it's a rumor, and you can make money on rumors. You can make a serious amount of money on rumors, but I'd rather stick with the one that has like an actual news development associated with it. AMC, PHUN, BENE, Mark, and many more bounced straight up the exact same time. Can anyone explain how that's possible? That's actually, we touched on that a little earlier this morning, of how it seems like there's a lot of algorithms out there that have a lot of money behind them that are treating an entire basket of stocks that they refer to as meme stocks in a similar manner. So if there's a big algorithms out there with huge money behind it, obviously they will be notably influential on similar movements if it's just a meme basket. But that was the article this morning from Bloomberg, and it was actually saying that a lot of the buying from their metrics was Wall Street driven. The pop we saw in GME, and then that was the one that led the way, and the other ones kind of followed. But what they were seeing in their metrics, according to Bloomberg, which they sourced their data from Fidelity, was it wasn't really retail driven, it was Wall Street driven, which is interesting to me, because then that makes me wonder, do they know something? Do they know something we don't know? Do Wall Street insiders, why would they all increase their risk by buying more? Do they know something we don't know? Are they playing hardball against the shorts, still against it, and Wall Street trying to take out other Wall Street? There's many theories that I think would be reasonable, and maybe hindsight will tell us the truth, but we know from Fidelity's data that the movement yesterday of the meme sector, I say it because I don't like calling it memes, was more Wall Street driven. Me hung low. Tell everyone what Prague is, please. What is Prague? It's how's it defined? Medical nursing supplies. So they do a couple of things. The thing that gets me most interested is their new delivery system for Humira. Humira is a drug, one of the most popular drugs in the world. It's a multi-billion-dollar year industry, and usually it's injected, and Prague has the patent to, I believe, take it orally. Please, someone, is that what the patent's for? Oh my God, it's escaping me. It's basically a better delivery system, and I believe it's to take it orally, but someone in the Discord, please correct me if I'm getting that one wrong, of what the patent is specifically for. I was just more interested in that. I think that they can upend the entire, that's a multi-billion-dollar thing. And right here, it has a market cap of 443 million. I was like, well, hang on. If you're disrupting a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, I just thought it was seriously undervalued. So I kind of liked it on that. People don't want to get injections, and they got the patent for this. To me, it was a smart fundamental play. I really don't mess around in the medical sector, and they do other things besides that, and I look at that as like the icing on the top. And the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake is the fact that the numbers are there for a potential squeeze. So for me, I have some calls in the event of a squeeze in the short term, but I bought shares for more of a long-term hold on the company. How do you feel about OTC Hertz though? I mean, I don't like trading OTC. It's less regulated. If you have qualms with how the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and like stocks that are listed on major exchanges are regulated, you're not going to like OTC whatsoever. What do you think about Workhorse? Has a good power hour, great videos lately. Keep it up. Dude, Dabsworth, shout out. I appreciate that. Workhorse, that is one that's in my long-term account. It's just a US EV play. I've been in it since 2020. I really thought they were going to get the USPS contract. They didn't. It took a dive, and that was a huge bummer, but it's a long-term play. And when you have a long-term play, my thesis isn't really different. Would I have liked for them to win the USPS contract? Yeah. It didn't happen, but it's still a strong EV play. For those of you who don't know about Workhorse, the last mile delivery, those like the Amazon vans, like those weird big vans that drive around and drop stuff off, they're trying to make those vans, but for like electric. And I was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. The business model makes sense. I think it might take some time to really like understand the nice gains on the stock, but I'm in Workhorse and I'm excited for whatever its future brings. I'm also in Hyliion. I have quite a few US-based EV plays because I believe that much in the sector. Prague's looking good. Tesla's looking good. Shoot, now we're missing car. Is car moving? These days when there's just too many things moving, it can almost be difficult to watch it all. All right, if car gets going like 375, 380, we'll have to bring that up as well. But Prague moving, I'm in that. Tesla moving, I'm in that. AMC 38.37, looking for that gap fill at 38.80. GameStop at 208. I'm looking for that breakout above 212-ish. I called out 212 early this morning, and I feel stupidly lucky. I didn't know how close it got. 211.94. 212, I mean, I said the region, and that's exactly what it is. We've seen it battle it out between 210 and 215. So I just threw up 212. This one was just more lucky than anything. It's not like I had some like specialty breakdown of why I came up with 212 and was off by 6 seconds. I was just arbitrarily describing that region. All right, Tesla. Where's my Tesla position? I hope I'm positive on this one. Hey, I am. Almost enough to make up my car loss from this morning. I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Keep it up, brother. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that support to all of you in here right now. We're hanging out with 6,000 apes. You guys are absolutely awesome. If you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you guys could hit that like button. If we could just arbitrarily get that up. I know if you're just listening at work or on your TV or something, if you hit it, it helps me out. It's completely free. It just helps me out with the algorithm. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button either. If you like talking about whatever's going on in the world of stocks, crypto, futures, option, this is the place to do it. And I also have a cool duck headband. I don't know if that's going to be a deciding factor. You're like, I like you, but I only do it with people who are more fashion forward. I realized recently I've kind of deviated from that. A lot of my early streams, it was much more of a fashion forward stream. People called me the beacon of the next age of fashion. And unfortunately, I feel like I have taken a step away from that. So we got to bring it back. We have the glasses, we have the duck headband. It is highly important that I regain that, because I saw it. I was like, man, I'm regaining the title of the best Tesla trader on this side of the Mississippi. But that doesn't mean my fashion has to suffer. It doesn't mean it has to suffer at all. So that's why we have the headband back. Can you say Prague 3 times, please? Prague, Prague, Prague. Yell it out. Prague, Prague, Prague. What's going on, Space Monkey? Are you holding Tesla overnight? I don't know. I like to decide in real time. You never know how it's going to go with me and Tesla. I probably shouldn't. Should I hold Tesla overnight? Oh, no. No, 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 no. I'm out of the money and it expires this Friday. But when it comes to me and Tesla, just because there's something I shouldn't do, that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. If it was some other play like Prague or Apple or Microsoft or Nvidia, well, yeah, no, that would be like the reasonable setup, the good risk to reward play, like the proper game theory of the situation. But what's fun about Tesla is you just YOLO it. You just see how it works. Refreshing seeing someone with without a massive ego. Keep up the good work. Talk about a Freudian slip. Nice to see someone with a massive ego. In this world of social media, I just feel like I don't get enough people with ego problems. Declan, refreshing to see someone without a massive ego. If you stick around long enough, you're going to be like, this kid is really, really balancing on the tightrope between low self-esteem and narcissism. So stick around long enough, and I think if we do it long enough, I could upset you, but I appreciate it. Check out Loop real quick. Are you talking about Loop Ring, like the crypto, or Loop? Is there an equity called Loop? I'm assuming you mean Loop Ring. Maybe you mean Loop Industries. Let's check it out anyway. It might be this one. This one's looking pretty good. If this is what you're in, chemicals, I don't know much about it, but it looks great. It's chasey, but if you already have a position, the nice entry would have been around 13. I would try to ride it up. I wouldn't buy now just because your risk is pretty far away, risking $4 to only make $1. But if you're already in it, ride that trend. Oh, okay, you do mean Loop Ring. Lots of Lots of loops. So this is the one that's supposed to be helping build out the NFT effort for GameStop. So this one is being attached to GameStop. And with it, the technicals are not good. They're already blown out. But if you're feeling confident in GameStop's project of NFTs and Loopring doing that partnership, could be a good bet. But I want to clarify that is much more of a fundamental play and you believing in the direction of it rather than a technical play, because technically you're buying it at a high. Hey Matt, what do you think about ABNB? Earnings come up after market close on Thursday. ABNB, not too many thoughts. ABNB. Me, like, thinking about it, I think the world's returning. I would... My gut instinct is that they're going to do better just because the world's returning to normal. Almost the same way we see more people going to the movie theater. I think we have more people traveling using Airbnbs. From a technical perspective, I like that even better. We have kind of a cup and handle, higher lows. We're just looking for that breakout of 176. I think it's pretty reasonable play just because your risk is close. You could risk 165, as in you could risk $8 for potentially that breakout at 177, which is $4, and then the ride to 183, maybe the ride to 194. My gut is telling me that I'd be more bullish on this. Now, I don't have a position. I'm not going to make a position for the earnings, but I would be bullish on it personally. Hey brother, can you let me know where I could do pre-market and after hours and put in calls in Canada? Well, Simple doesn't have anything like that. So to do pre and post market, like if your brokerage doesn't offer that, you're just going to need another brokerage. I don't know if like eToro is there. I don't even know if eToro has it. If you can get the international version of Interactive Brokers, that should work. But you can never trade options pre and post market. No one can. The options market for everyone in the world is from 9:30 to 4 p.m. ET. The new TikTok, it's low motif. Check it. Check that. All right, I'll check that out. Thoughts on Elon coin? I mean, for these altcoins that people are getting very excited about, I'm pretty much keeping mine at Doge and SHIB. Like, there's just so many, and there's so much things. And if I hear more and more people talk about it, then I'll look into it. But like, you don't want to get completely bogged down in just like every random new altcoin. Like, if you go around chasing the running altcoins, you're always going to be perpetually late to the party. You want to be in it before it makes its big move. Thank you for hanging out and holding our hands today. Miles, for you, anything. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate you bringing sexy back. Kinky Kong, what's going on? That's so nice of you. I hope you're having an absolutely phenomenal day. Not just a good day, not just a great day. You better be having a phenomenal day. We did that. ETF. I don't know if Loopring is involved with AMC, someone asked me, but definitely GME. I haven't heard anything about AMC and like Loopring and that type of a partnership. It seems to be, at least as of now, specifically GameStop and Loopring. Any thoughts on BKKT? It took a dive earlier. Okay, so this is the one that was, I believe, VIH, and then it switched over because it was a SPAC play. I mean, it's still doing pretty well. It took a dive earlier. Yeah, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird chop day. Its range, it has a bigger range. It's a bit more volatile, kind of a lower float, so it's going to move it more easily. But it's done a great job of really not doing much today. Like, it's open to its close. Like, we're actually really close. So it has swings, but it's still swinging around a pretty main pivot point right here around 36, 36.50, a little bit higher than that. This is in the world of crypto. It's a digital asset platform just partnered up with MasterCard and also Fiserv, something like that. No, that's the wrong name. What's the other company? Fiserv. Basically, it's just helping people get crypto rewards, loyalty points, things like that. It's a digital asset platform tied to the world of crypto. So on the highest level, I would argue that it's going to do well as long as crypto continues to go upward. And maybe I'm being biased here, but I do think that crypto is going to keep going upward. I really, really do. And I think we're almost at the end of the cycle, and I think we still have some up room. I think crypto has one really good push, and then we're going to go into a bear market for crypto. And I don't want people to panic, because whenever you hear bear market, you should think of buying opportunity. So in the overall next push, I'm a long-term investor. I'm not going to sell, but if you're more of an active trader, when we go to a nice push, you might want to continually lock in some of your tendies, wait for a depression in price, and then rebuy, because like it's not just going to keep going up and up and up. Like we're going to come to the end of the technical cycle, the halving, and it's probably going to run into some notable headwinds. But I think the push after that, so like I think we go up, I think we take a breather, potentially enter a bear market, and I think as we get out of said bear market, I think the next overall massive push in crypto, it's going to rip some faces off. I think there's people right now, let me put it this way. I think there's people right now potentially listening to this stream, but definitely on this planet, who don't know much about crypto. They're going to see it make some nice move somewhat soon. They're going to see it take a massive breather. They're going to buy. Those people who buy on the next big considerable dip, I think crypto rips so far after that there's going to be people who don't know much about crypto and still end up becoming multi millionaires because of it. The time frame for that, I think it's probably over the next handful of years. Like I'm not calling for this to be like in the next couple of weeks. I'm saying just in generally, you got to give it 12, 24, 36 months. But massive opportunities in my humble opinion. With BTC running, why no any love back to 8? That's one of the intricacies of playing miners, is not only are you playing crypto, but you're playing the intercompetition between other miners. That's why I find it far, far easier just to get crypto directly. Jonathan, Matt is no longer such an AMC believer. What? Jonathan, Jonathan, I don't want to rant. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to kick you up. But where did you come up with that stupid idea? Like what was the neuron pathway in your brain that you're like, Nat is no longer such an AMC breather? Like this is not rhetorical. This is a very serious interrogative. What about is going on? The fact that I talk about it daily, explain what's going on, literally fight market manipulation on a national stage. Are you like, I'm not sure he's in it anymore? Like, Jonathan, seriously. I hope he responds. Like, I need to know what few lingering neurons in his brain were like, I need to fire this one out. I don't think he's going to respond. Jonathan, we're all waiting. I didn't kick him out. He's still in here because I need to know. We got to get to the bottom of this. No, everyone. His middle name is Greg. The Milwaukee Bucks Stadium is Pfizer's Forum. So they have a decent sized company, I believe. Go Bucks. Repeat. What do you think about BB? Do I think BBIG is done for? I'm just seeing it. All right, we'll check that out. Jonathan, where are you? I don't think he responded. Mods, if you see him respond, let me know. We got to dive into this. I feel like freaking Sherlock Holmes. BBIG. BBIG. Ooh, this is not good. Okay. BBIG, it's below the support at 490. The longer it hangs out below 490, the worse it gets, and it might open up a drop all the way to $4. So it's at support. If that support does not hold, you got to look at the next support. The next major support is almost $1 below where it's at. BBIG, it's just lower highs, lower lows. The bears are in control on this one right now. That doesn't mean in the future bulls can't step in. Like obviously trends do change, but as of right now, I just see lower highs, lower lows. I don't see much buying. We had a nice spurt of buying right here. Unfortunately couldn't hold. And now we just broke this relative low. All right. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about AMC anymore because apparently I'm not into AMC. But just so you know, it's about to gap fill. Yo, Matt, check out GOKU. The name is not patented and they have big things lined up. MMA fight and UFC fight rebranding in the end of November. Don't miss it. GOKU. Like Goku? Like the fighter? Is it a crypt? What is it? I'm not seeing anything come up for Goku. On behalf of Jonathan's, I apologize. We are not all brain dead. Atomic Jack. It's these people. Matt's plastic bag. Hey, Thick, thanks for the stream today, bro. What's going on, Matt's plastic bag? It's bubbling something in the air. Also got my mom to invest in BTC today. It's only taken me 4 years to convince her. Shout out, Chris. Elogad, I just didn't send my super yelling about missing my super. Hope you have the best day. What's going on? That's so nice. Use your power to make AMC squeeze. I'm tired of poor. Long time watcher and ape here. I've yet to invest in crypto. Can you please do an updated video on crypto for people wanting to invest long term? I can, but like, do you just want me to do a video on like my crypto investments? I mean, I could just tell you my crypto investments. I'm in Bitcoin and Ethereum the most. Those are my top two. I'm also in Solana, Cardano, and Matic to a considerable degree. And then my smaller positions are SHIB, Doge, Algorand, VeChain, and Litecoin. And I think that's it. Bitcoin and Ethereum are the top ones. Solana, Cardano, Matic. Oh, I also have Hex. Hex is also a middle one. Hex. Hex has been, I've moved Hex down to the bottom because it's upsetting me and I just don't want to see it, but I'm still holding it. I've staked mine for like 15 years, but out of sight, out of mind. I feel like Jonathan's never responded to me. Jonathan, we're going to find you. He has a crush on you? Jonathan, do you have a crush on me? Jonathan, do you like me or do you like me? Like or like? He knows. Hi. Bye. What's going on, Clubfoot Billy? Keeping it down on Twitch over there. If you are more of a Twitch fan, check it out, Matt_Kohrs. We multi-stream to that as well as YouTube. And then also if you're more of a Rumble fan, we also multi-stream to that. We are multi-streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. Instagram and Twitter are Matt_Kohrs. If you want to know it, please don't get scammed by those accounts. It should be pretty easy on Twitch, well, it is easy on Twitch, but on Twitter, even easier. I was recently verified by, I'm assuming, some sort of freaking algorithmic mistake, but it should be easier. I got that check mark. So I have the check mark on Rumble, YouTube, and Twitter, but not Instagram. But the Instagram one should be easy because I post about being on a stair stepper and basically being ugly. Do I think Prague will continue? I hope so. I'm in Prague. I would love for Prague to continue. Hi, bye. Came for AMC, stayed for the broad market knowledge and duck shits. I've learned a lot and hopefully get into options soon. J Boogie Sweatpants, shout out. If you want to learn a little bit more about options, I highly recommend the options trading playlist on the stream or on the channel. It is completely free. It's better than starting off by paying money. So that'll give you just like the verbiage, the Greeks, how some of the things interplay, because the world of options, rightfully so, can definitely feel confusing. I don't blame you at all. So I think that's a good free resource to just at least get kickstarted with. Hey, Mark, when a red candle follows a green candle, they just happen to the same size. Do you think that's manipulation in AMC to stop the big runs? No. What I think it is market makers with their predictive models saw a big trade coming in. So I think they lightened up on either the bid or the ask and did the opposite move. So let's say you lighten up on the bid. If they no longer start providing liquidity on the bid, they can drop the price. And that's because they predicted that a big order was going to come in, and then it perfectly undoes it. So market makers are trying to keep it at what they perceive equilibrium should be. I've thought about that a little bit. I don't know if that's necessarily accurate. I've noticed that a lot, where you have just like a big candle and then a candle that undoes it right away. I think it relates to either high frequency traders, or more specifically market makers, knowing that a big order is coming in. They do the opposite. So when the big order hits, it just brings it right back to like whatever the original price was. Does that always happen? No, but it's one of my going theories. One of my going theories. We're looking for that gap fill on AMC, and it looks like we're going to get it right before market close, 5 cents. AMC gap fill incoming. Let's do this thing. Hopefully. I already tweeted it out, so now it has to happen, or I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm going to be embarrassed. 5 more cents. Don't do this to me. I already have enough embarrassment with Tesla. There's no way I could handle this. $0.08. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have staked my entire YouTube career on this. Seems like a silly bet. High risk, low reward. Freaking Tesla. As soon as I get excited about it, this is what happens. Tesla just breaking my freaking heart. I'm not crying. You're crying. Uh-oh. Do it. No. We're running against the time. Uh-oh. I have 75 seconds. I just want to put this out there. If AMC doesn't gap fill, it's not me who's wrong. It's the market who's wrong. I'm just going to get ahead of this problem, this potential PR nightmare. And I just want to point out the fact that it's not my fault if the market's wrong, because I'm not. I need to get, that's what good PR people do, that people really understanding the world of PR. You get in front of the problems before they happen. So before I hear that chirping of Matt said a gap fill and we were technically 3 cents off, 4 cents off, I'm just going to let you know, no way, Jose, was I wrong. It's going to be the market that's wrong. It's not my fault if the price is wrong, because fully on right. What is this kid rambling on about? All right, is going to do it. All right, we have 20 seconds. All right, AMC, grow up. Seriously? 18 seconds? 15 seconds? AMC, just do it. Just do it. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 2 cents. Come on, do it. 5 seconds to go. Folks, you cannot write a story like this. Better late than freaking never. Whew. I know you can't see the sweat because I appropriately wore a sweatband on it. But whew. You kind of feel that in your heart going. That was a big risk. As you can see, I like to do the exact same thing with my social media career as I do my investing career. High risk, high reward. Or I like to go high risk, low reward, as I did just in that circumstance. But that was a little close. Buzzer beater. You can't make this stuff up. This is too fun. If it didn't happen live, we would never have the evidence of it. We would never have the evidence. 5 seconds. That was a little bit too close for comfort. How long did that actually... Apparently I don't have the package to do 5 seconds, but it was sometime right in the last minute. It was, I don't know if it was 5 seconds or 3 seconds left. We'll have to rewind the tape on that one, but it was worth it. High risk, low reward. That's the best way to play the social media and the market. Hey folks, what a day. SPY up 0.4%, Q's up 0.45%, Russell 2000 up 0.21%, AMC closed out the day up 4.6%, GME closed out the day up 3.45%. Nice. Just so you know, here were how the final Ortex numbers concluded on the day. They borrowed 1.45 million for a net of 1.32. Short interest estimated to be 17.15. On GME, there was a net return of 135 on a borrow of 17.6 thousand. The estimated short interest is 11.42%. So that's how the Ortex numbers ended on the day. Let's talk about CAR just because that was a crazy one. Where did it finally end? Shot up, came down, based. This thing, it's worth a watch tomorrow. I don't know up or down. I don't have a position. I got in, got burned a little bit, got out. I am long once again on Tesla because I just like the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel something on the inside. So I'm long on it again. It's just the toxic relationship that I need in my life. Bitcoin almost got the breakout of 64,000. If it does and holds above it, I'm watching the all-time high. Ethereum did hit a new all-time high. I'm a very proud Ethereum holder, investor. In terms of Solana, look at this thing. It looks like it wants to pop and rip. Watch it. It's very close to the all-time high. Big fan of Solana. Another smart contract play. It's consensus model. Pretty much proof of stake. They call it proof of history, but that's not a real consensus model. And SHIB, the thing we're all waiting for as it comes to SHIB right now is the listing on Kraken, which my prediction is that it will relate to more buying. Just it gives it to a bigger audience. So I'm excited about that. But a lot of things looking on the up and up and up. We saw quite a few new all-time highs recently. S&P 500, new all-time high. Q's, new all-time high. IWM, new all-time high. So not only were they all green, 3 of the major indices, but they all hit a new all-time high. There's a lot of money to be made out there. I just hope this keeps rolling until the end of the year. But the first 2 days of November, what else more could you ask for? I mean, things are looking nice and juicy right now. Thank you for your support. Seriously. And I know I say that every day, but I make it a point to because I want everyone to know that I literally could not be doing this without you. All of you, seriously, thank you so much for the good vibes, the likes, everything above and beyond. It makes my heart sing. You guys are the absolute best. And that's why day over day, you have my back, I have your back. That's how this works. And I really, really appreciate it. I will catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp, right as soon as the sun rises. There will be extra videos posted to Kohrs Lite. Don't forget to sub to that channel, KOHRZLITE. It's linked in the description. If you want the nice clips of what's going on with Avis, what's going on with SHIB, what's going on with Tesla, we clip the things and kind of put it together just because I know people can't hang out with me the entire stream. So we've been clipping it. Check it out on Kohrs Lite. Don't forget to subscribe over there as well. I will catch you tomorrow. There's extra content on Kohrs Lite coming up in just a little bit. But whatever you're doing this afternoon, evening, night, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic one. Have a good one. And I'll catch you tomorrow. And as always, from me and Chair, best of luck in the markets.